What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Musa Game here, and today I have some crazy updates on my Max Level Newbie account. So stick around as there's a lot of things that I can go over, including critting of our Dragon Breath bow, guys. But first, let's go ahead and start from our usual starting point, which is the VIP points. We're VIP 15 as always, and then we are about 269 days into this game. Now, almost 9 months since I actually started this account, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this is where we're at. And my max ONV, as you guys can see, is currently sitting at 49.1 million power. And you guys may already know this, but yeah. I am T5 on this account. Only Archer though. Only Archer, but yeah, we're T5 on this account. And throughout the past week, of course, Alliance mobilization did take place. So I'm going to make a separate video about what you should be getting from Alliance mobilization quests. But you guys can see that I was able to max out the blueprint, the weapon blueprint fragment choice chest, all the way up to level 15. Now, we didn't reach level 18, but 15 is a good stopping point if you were to kind of stop before 18. So that's good. And then maximizing those equipment fragment choice chests for the weapon actually allowed me to finish one full blueprint of Dragon Breath Bow. Yeah, you guys can see that I don't really have any extra blueprint. I actually had just about 18 blueprint fragment choice chests for my Dragon's Breath Bow. Now, with that said, we do have enough materials for us to actually crit this Dragon's Breath Bow, guys. So, yep. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get this refined. Just for your reference, guys, just for your reference, this account is cursed. So what that means is that this took 4 blueprints for me to actually find this. Not really going 25% of progression at a time. So this took a really, really painful toll for this account. But we're finally here. Now, I know for those of you who are like, hey, like Musa, why are you not awakening this first, right? Why are you actually trying to crit this before you awaken this? It's simple. It's because for one, I'm a content creator, right? It's just more fun for me to actually try to crit this in the live streams than actually getting iconic levels. So, yeah. Usually, for those of you who are watching this, usually I would actually iconic this to iconic 2 and then credit and then iconic 4 so that I can get the maximum value in that order. But for those of you who are watching this, yeah, again, I'm a content creator, so I wanted to crit this and I failed 3 times so far. Basically, I've hit a pity for me to actually crit this at the end of the day. It's worth it though. Now that puts me at a pretty decent spot in terms of my stats. You guys can see that I get 8% stats from the 6-piece bonus from the Dragon Breath set. And also at the same time, that is like 40.5%, right? And then 76.5% total stats. So if 8% plus 76.5%, that is what, like 84.5% stats total. It's not too bad. Having weapon credit does get us a long way, so that's good. And going into KVK 3 or 4, I'm gonna probably try my best to get at least a ring here. My priority on this for Eternal Night is actually not that high, so yeah, my priority right now is for me to get a ring here so that my Chinchuan can perform the best on the field. But that's my current plan. Also, at the same time, I did have some updates on the armament that I wanted to have for my scroll slot, which I was actually hoping that I can get the Hunter inscribed into this one right here that had 2% all damage. Now, previously, this was actually double rolled into pretty high stats of cavalry. But yesterday, as I was off stream and I was just like wondering around what I can do to improve my account at the end of the day, I actually rerolled this into this stats right here. Now, I still need to reroll the defense, but I have 8 tries left, and then I don't really have the what's this called, the transmutation crystal in here. But throughout the course of next week or so, I'm gonna try to get the archer stats rolled in before I actually inscribe my hunter in here. Now, will I inscribe the hunter though? That question. I'm gonna actually wait until I see the full details of the Wedge 2.0, because once the Wedge 2.0 does come into the game, maybe I need to actually convert this to the Wedge 2.0. Let's say the Wedge 2.0 is called let's say this this formation. I don't even know what this is. Let's say this formation is Wedge formation, right? If I actually inscribe legendary inscriptions on this and then transfer over, this will cost me 10 conversion stones. I don't have 10 conversion stones, right? But if I convert it as is with hurried in there, this only cost me 1 conversion stones, right? So it really depends on whether or not the special inscription choice chest that I got from winning KVK 2-star as a kingdom is going to actually be usable for the new formation. Right now, it is usable for almost all the formations right now that is available, right? Including the pincer, which is probably the latest formation that we had, right? So yeah, I'm assuming that we should be able to get this, and the Vanquisher, right? I'm assuming that we should be able to get this to the Wedge 2.0 so that I can save some conversion stones, and also at the same time, it kind of saves me the trouble of, going back and forth between 2 different formations, which I already paid a heavy toll on my main account. With that said, let's just try to open this one, see if I get something good. Ooh, wait, hold on. Yo, did I just pull a usable replacement? I do have an epic one on that slot though, but it does have fit. Let's see if I can compare this to this one. Now it does get me a lot more defense. 0.8% stats less attack, but it does get me maximum defense and 0.8% more health. Now 0.8% more health is good, but is it worth to offset the fit at the moment? I think stat-wise, probably it is better for me to go with the one before, right? Because yeah, it does give me that fit inscription. But I'm gonna just convert. I'm gonna just change it for the sake of the video, so I can actually get higher stats overall. Now that puts me at less armor and inscriptions, but actually gives me more stats overall. Now once I have this one replaced to whatever I'm working on from the Minamoto, this would actually give me a huge buff in terms of all damage as well as attack. So these stats would actually go up even higher. So that's good. And yeah, this one, I don't know if I will actually keep using this, or actually I'll try to I'll try to reroll some of these. Most likely I'm gonna actually try to reroll these once I have the Wedge 2.0 come into the game. So yeah, that's most likely what's gonna happen. With something like this, right? Devious gives you 2.5% extra skill damage, which is huge for Qin Shi Huang, or something that has like all damage. I don't think Alert gives you any like notable buff. Yeah, War Hunger. War Hunger is pretty good, but not for Qin Shi Huang. So maybe Fit or Devious is what I'm gonna go after. We'll see. But my still first priority for my armament is actually this, right? In terms of the epics of Olympia. And another one that I did just go over within the last week, actually yesterday, I was actually probably supposed to turn on stream for this, but I didn't know how this was going to play out. But I was actually playing the Ark of Osiris League for our second team, I believe. I was assigned there. I wasn't really sure if there was going to be a big war. We were actually pretty heavily outnumbered. If you guys look at the Ark of Osiris, we were either team 1 or team 3. I don't know which one we were in, but we were probably in team 3, right? Because team 1, I know all the fighters that are in the team 1, right? So I was assigned to team 3, and we were able to actually win the Ark of Osiris League. And let's take a look at some of the reports from the Ark of Osiris League, because this was actually a pretty fun Ark for us to play. Let's see. First of all, we started off Ark pretty badly, by the way, because of a couple reasons. For one, I don't think anyone really cared about the Team 3 within our alliance, and we didn't really have any R skills assigned. So we had 0 R skills going in, and also at the same time, it was like 30 versus like 24 or 28, right? It was very unfair in terms of the number of players that were actually there, right? So that disadvantage that we had Savorov, Eon. So this guy was actually the cavalry, and we didn't really have any other like person that was actually rallying garrison lead. So I actually started rallying with my tupos. Oh, not with my tupos, with my Qingxuan march. And look at that, guys. Look at that. My Qingxuan was doing really good job. Now I think this was actually when I was garrisoning stuff, and then I was also running Gaza Gonzalo. Now my Gaza Gonzalo is not really in the top notch shape. Yeah, it doesn't really have good equipment right now. It's just running on gathering gears and whatnot. But it actually did well because Gaza and Gonzalo is just really OP on the field right now. And yeah, all the reports that Gaza and Gonzalo actually ran was really good. And also at the same time, the enemy's actually balanced so that enemy really doesn't have that many troops as well. And then yeah, I kept rallying and garrisoning whatever objectives that will give us the most amount of points. And also did this guy right here, and then Servo of Eon. And yeah, that's how we won the Ark of Osiris League, the very first gold tier Ark of Osiris League that we actually play. You guys can see that, yeah. The enemy is also running very outdated commanders. Someone's running Nevsky, Cao, which is kind of weird. William Wallace, Ethelfled. So yeah, we're all a third strength team, right? So we're all running weird comms at the end of the day. But yeah, I was just throwing in there. I just wasn't sure if I should stream that or not, but I did perform, relatively well on that. So that was pretty crazy. Aside from that, again, we are still waiting for the KVK 3 to start in a month from today. So we still got a long way to go until we actually have some real fights. In the meantime, I've been training some T5 so that I can actually use it for the war. I hope I can get like by elite Yanissary to like 400k plus, so that I can actually, I don't have to heal every single time that they actually come back from the field, right? So that's good. In terms of all the technology that I have, I've been basically just working on mainly actually getting more siege tech up so that I can use my Gaza Gonzalo on the field in my next KVK. And yeah, you guys can see that my, obviously me being T5 on my archer tech is complete. But yeah, I've been trying to get more cavalry and siege tech up. I was originally gonna make this account into archer and then tech cavalry account, but but at the end of the day, I think I thought about it, but then again, I was like, oh well, I don't really have what it takes for me to run a second cavalry march, in my opinion. And I don't really need to run a second cavalry march into KVK 3, right? So I was like, hey, why don't I just run Gaza Gonzalo and then run those two marches until I get enough gold tests for me to actually run cavalry. Now, cavalry is in a really bad state as a troop type right now. So that's why I kind of stopped there too. So there's multiple things that actually went into that decision making. But yeah, I'm focusing more on getting the tech up for the siege commanders at the moment. It really helps that I am a T5 on archers, because most likely by the time that I do fight in KVK 3 next time, most likely we're gonna have more visibility on the new archer as well as the new skill formation 2.0. So archer's gonna get a huge buff going into my KVK 3, which is gonna work out for me greatly in my favor. Aside from that, I think one other thing that I do want to take a look at is my equipment. Yeah, I do have some legendary blueprint fragment trace chests, right? So I do have some that I can use when I'm building up infantry and cavalry. But yeah, I still am primarily working on my archer stuff, right? So until I get like my Qin Huang to my Qin Wang's level in my Season of Conquest main account, I'm actually gonna just buff my Qin Wang, right? So that I can run at least one march into KVK 4, KVK 3, and I'll have him do exceptional amount of damage. That's what I'm planning at the moment. Am I gonna try to be a rally or garrison lead? No, I'm not gonna try to be a rally or garrison lead, but I just like to actually run good reports on my accounts. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing in terms of the development. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my Gazamata. Now, Gazamata, most likely the next time that I'm gonna get an upgrade on Gazamata is when I go into Seasonal Conquest. I'm not gonna craft the epic stuff over here because at the end of the day, the gathering stuff gives you double buff. Every single piece of those give you double buff on the stats, and those credit is just amazing in terms of the stats that you actually gain from those, right? So that's what I'm actually planning on for my Gazamata. Yeah, Petrus has told me that I've been actually mispronouncing that pretty badly, but yeah. That's basically it for my weekly updates on my Musa Gaming account. Again, my Maxwell Newbie account. I mean, not too bad in terms of Alliance mobilization. I know that a lot of people has moved up, but we were still able to get to level 15 for Alliance mobilization, which means there's still a lot of activities that are going on within the channel, within the server. And I know a lot of people are migrating into our server as well. Once the KVK 3 is done, and once you go to once your KVK 4 is done, and then once you go into Seasonal Conquest. So that's really good as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys actually enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please go ahead and drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, guys. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Peace!